How does the IDI Motivation and Career Report differ from something like Gallup Strengths Finder? Um, First things first, they measure fundamentally different things. So the IDI and Strengths Finder are measuring fundamentally different things, right? Strengths Finder is talking to you about what you do, what it is that you feel like you do best, what it is that you feel like you do best naturally, and therefore what you feel like you can capitalize on and take advantage of because of your own natural skill and ability, right? It really is centralized on skill and ability and what it is that you do. The IDI as an assessment has implications for what you do, but it is not telling you what you are doing, right? The IDI at the end of the day is about your own personal motivation, where you would derive a sense of energy from, and what types of situations you would find rewarding, fulfilling, and energizing versus not, right? Versus really unattractive and unfulfilling and unrewarding. And therefore it starts to talk to you about how you would feel about something versus versus what you were doing or your behavior or any sort of skill or ability. IDEA doesn't talk to you about that. So when it comes to your career, Strengths Finder might give you some insight on what it is that you might be able to capitalize on in terms of your natural ability, right? And what you might be able to use within a particular job to do that job to the best of your ability. But it's not going to talk to you about how you feel about it, right? It's not going to talk to you about whether you're energized to do it. It's not going to talk to you about whether or not you want to do it or don't want to do it, right? And that is, again, another fundamental difference between what the Strengths Finder and IDI. So, the IDI Motivation and Career Report is really going to talk to you about how they will fit both motivationally and energetically, within a particular organization, within a particular role, within the relationships within that organization or within that role. And therefore, it's really going to give a person insight in terms of how they're going to feel about it, right? How are they going to feel about it when they wake up in the morning and they got to go in every day? And what's going to, what might come a little bit more naturally, feel more natural versus what might be a little bit more of a challenge because it doesn't match with you motivationally. It's never going to be a perfect match, but the IDI Motivation and Career Report will at least give you some insight on what's going to feel really good about this position and this organization, that relationship, and what's going to rub you a little bit the wrong way. And Strengths Finder won't give you insight onto that particular. It's more talking to you about, again, your own natural ability and what it is that you do. It's not talking to you about how you fit in any way, shape, or form.